For those of you new to my channel, I started an award show last year called the Snubby Movie Awards, where basically I honor the best in film, partly my opinion, partly what is more so the general consensus when it comes to certain nominations and awards. And I had so much fun doing it last year. A lot of people appreciated it last year, so I thought I'd come back again for the second annual Snubby Movie Awards. And one of the reasons I started this was simply because of the fact that the Oscars, while I do appreciate what they do for film in general, I mean, there's a lot of snubs here and there, thus the title, of course, and I really feel like my award show, even if, some people end up watching it, it's ultimately for my own satisfaction and for some of my subscribers as well. So let's get right down to it, shall we? Also, be sure to leave any recommendations with regards to who you might want to see win in any of the 20 categories. Now, for Best Visual Effects, we have Gravity, Pacific Rim, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, Star Trek Into Darkness, and Thor, The Dark World. For Best Sound Mixing, we have Rush, Gravity, Star Trek Into Darkness, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, and Lone Survivor. For Best Sound Editing, we have Pacific Rim, Star Trek Into Darkness, Spring Breakers, Iron Man 3, and Gravity. For Best Film Editing, we have Captain Phillips, Christopher Roos, Rush, Daniel P. Hanley and Mike Hill, The World's End, Paul Mackless, Star Trek Into Darkness, Mary Ann Brandon and Mary Jo Markey, and American Hustle, Jay Cassidy, Crispin Struthers, and Alan Baumgarten. Best Makeup and Hairstyling, the nominees are Dallas Buyers Club, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, Lone Survivor, American Hustle, and Rush. Best Costume Design, and the nominees are 12 Years a Slave, The Great Gatsby, Thor, The Dark World, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, and American Hustle. For Best Production Design, the nominees are Her, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, Star Trek Into Darkness, Pacific Rim, and American Hustle. Now to Best Original Song, the nominees are Please Mr. Kennedy from Inside Llewyn Davis, music and lyrics by Justin Timberlake, Joel Cohen, and Ethan Cohen. Young and Beautiful from The Great Gatsby, music and lyrics by Lana Del Rey and Rick Knowles. Let It Go from Frozen, music and lyrics by Idina Menzel, Kristen Anderson Lopez, and Robert Lopez. I See Fire from The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, music and lyrics by Ed Sheeran. And Ordinary Love from Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, music and lyrics by U2 and Danger Mouse. For Best Original Score, we have Gravity by Stephen Price, 12 Years a Slave by Hans Zimmer, Only God Forgives by Cliff Martinez, Captain Phillips by Henry Jackman, and Man of Steel by Hans Zimmer. This is in fact the second and third nomination for Hans Zimmer. He was nominated for and won last year for The Dark Knight Rises. For Best Cinematography, the nominees are Prisoners, Roger Deakins, Inside Llewyn Davis, Bruno Del Bonell, Her, Hoyt van Hoytema, Only God Forgives, Larry Smith, and Star Trek Into Darkness, Daniel Mindel. This is, in fact, Roger Deakins' second nomination. He was nominated for and won for Skyfall last year. Best Animated Feature, and the nominees are Despicable Me 2, Chris Meledandri and Janet Healy, producers. The Croods, Christine Benson and Jane Hartwell, producers. Turbo, Lisa Stewart, producer. Monsters University, Corey Ray, producer. And Frozen, Peter Del Vecchio, producers. Now, Best Comedy. Bear in mind that the films considered for Best Comedy might not be the films that other award shows might have considered as comedies. Nonetheless, the nominees are Nebraska, Albert Berger and Ron Yerxa, producers. The World's End, Nira Park, Tim Bevan, and Eric Fellner, producers. The Wolf of Wall Street, Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Riza Aziz, producers. The Way, Way Back, Tom Rice and Kevin J. Walsh, producers. And Don John, Graham Bergman, and Nicolas Chartier, producers. And now the nominees for what some might describe as the 8 big categories of the night. First up, Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are 12 Years a Slave by John Ridley, The Wolf of Wall Street by Terence Winter, Before Midnight by Julie Delpy, Ethan Hawke, and Richard Linklater, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug by Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, and Guillermo del Toro, and Captain Phillips by Billy Ray. Now, Best Original Screenplay. The nominees are Inside Llewyn Davis by Joel Cohen and Ethan Cohen, American Hustle by David O. Russell and Eric Warren Singer, Prisoners by Aaron Guzikowski, Her by Spike Jonze, and The World's End by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg. Now it's time to honor the actors, beginning with Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Julia Roberts for August Osage County, Jennifer Lawrence for American Hustle, Eva Mendes for The Place Beyond the Pines, Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave, and Kristen Scott Thomas for Only God Forgives. This is in fact Jennifer Lawrence's second nomination. She was nominated for and won last year for Silver Linings Playbook. Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Bradley Cooper for American Hustle, Daniel Bruhl for Rush, James Franco for Spring Breakers, Jonah Hill for The Wolf of Wall Street, and Michael Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave. For Best Actress, the nominees are Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine, Amy Adams for American Hustle, Emma Thompson for Saving Mr. Banks, Brie Larson for Short Term 12, and Sandra Bullock for Gravity. Best Actor, the nominees are Chiwetel Ejiofor for 12 Years a Slave, Tom Hanks for Captain Phillips, Christian Bale for American Hustle, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Wolf of Wall Street, and Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club. And now, Best Director. The nominees are Martin Scorsese for The Wolf of Wall Street, Peter Jackson for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, Edgar Wright for The World's End, Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, and David O. Russell for American Hustle. And now, Best Picture. There were 10 films nominated for Best Picture last year, some of the best films of the year, of course. And now, the 10 best films of this year nominated for Best Picture are, with 11 nominations, American Hustle, Megan Ellison and Jonathan Gordon, producers. With 5 nominations, Captain Phillips, Michael DeLuca, Dana Brunetti, and Scott Rudin, producers. With 7 nominations, Gravity, Alfonso Cuarón and David Heyman, producers. With 4 nominations, Her, Megan Ellison, Spike Jonze, and Vincent Landé, producers. With 9 nominations, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, Peter Jackson, Zane Weiner, and Fran Walsh, producers. With 5 nominations, Rush, Eric Fellner, Ron Howard, and Andrew Eaton, producers. With 7 nominations, Star Trek Into Darkness, J.J. Abrams, Brian Burke, Robert Orci, Alex Kurtzman, and Damon Lindelof, producers. With 6 nominations, The Wolf of Wall Street, Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Riza Aziz, producers. With 5 nominations, The World's End, Naira Park, Tim Bevan, and Eric Fellner, producers. And with 7 nominations, 12 Years a Slave, Brad Pitt, Dee Gardner, Steve McQueen, and Bill Pohlad, producers. Here are the nominees. Please feel free to leave your thoughts down below once again with regards to any particular categories, your general thoughts, and who you'd like to see win. And join me within the next few weeks for the awards ceremony. Thank you so much for watching.